Hey guys, Jujubear here, welcome back to the channel. Now, I've got a battle here from Total War Rome 2, brought to us by SH Monstro, from the SH clan. Now, he's playing in a tournament here, the Legio Italica. This is a semi-final from that tournament, and it is game 3 of 3. So I guess the first 2 matches were one apiece, and this is going to be the last in that sequence. Now, let me just introduce the teams here. So, Sol Invictus from the SH clan is going to be commanding the SUEBI. And we also have Monstro from the SH clan also, who is going to be commanding the ARDIAEI. Now, across the field here, they are coming up against a different clan, the BOII clan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of this right. I've never actually seen this clan before, so forgive me if I'm a bit of a noob in this kind of aspect. So we got Usandre, he's going to be commanding the Egyptians, and we also have Lawrence Leduc, who is going to be commanding the BOII. So definitely a bit of a mixed bag here. So we have the Egyptians, who are not the best faction that you should be picking. In a 2v2, they do have some pretty nice tools that they can bring, including stuff like the Royal Guard and also the chariots as well. So they can be useful on the Galatian Royal Guard, but only if they have the proper backup. Now, the BOII do have some pretty strong infantry. Looks like they position themselves in the center, and they move to the left and the right just to kind of pick out their own targets. Looks like the BOII do want to go up against the ARDIAEI, and the Egyptian player definitely wants to try and play against Sol Invictus as the SUEBI. So I know that I would never want to be coming up against Sol Invictus, who is commanding the SUEBI, much less coming up against the Monstro commanding the ARDIAEI. So definitely a big task to get, facing up against these the Italica boys. So we'll see how they go. Again, I haven't seen this this clan ever before, so we'll see how they perform here. So Germanic Scout Riders out on the flank from Sol. We've also got up the front here 2 Cimbri Bowwomen and another Germanic Slinger over here, just making up the skirmisher contingent. He's also got a horse runner. He's got 3 Wodenaz spears at the front, 2 berserkers. We've got 2 Bloodsworn as well, and a noble rider. Over on this flank, we've got 3 Bloodsworn, 2 spear levy. So that's going to be Sol Invictus and also a noble rider general over on this flank, interestingly enough. So Aurea Vistus, yes, okay, we do have an Aurea Vistus general as well. So we've got 4 slave slingers, wow, brought from Monstro. 1, 2, 3, 4 mercenary axe warriors. Illyrian noble hoplites, we got 4 of them. We've also got 3 Illyrian Thorea spears, 3 Tarentines, and 1 normal Illyrian hoplite and an Illyrian noble hoplite general up the back there as well. So I was told that the first 4 minutes of the match is a little bit of simple maneuvering, so I might just give myself a little bit of time to introduce the armies here. The BOII have brought 3 Levy Freemen at the front, a couple of Spear Warriors. Wow, Light Horse. 3 of them. Interesting to see those guys brought in any fight. You don't really see that very often. We've also got Sword Followers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems like a must pick for every BOII player. 1, 2, 3 Oswan, I think it is. We've also got a couple of Naked Warriors. Just 1 of them, and a couple more Spear Warriors. And the Light Horse. Holy crap, Light Horse. That is so interesting. I guess maybe up against these 2 factions, you might not be coming up against the best cav. So maybe that's the reasoning for the Light Horse. I don't know. So let me just check out the Egyptian army here, while we keep a good overhead view of everything that's going on. Carrion Axemen. Levy Thorea spears in the center over here. Carrion Axemen. Galatian Royal Guard. Royal Peltas. Holy shit. Normal Galatian Swordsman. This is... what a mess. Holy crap. Okay, no, actually, there's a bit of... okay, so we got pikemen either side of the Royal Peltas General. In front of them, we have a line of 2 Galatian Swordsmen and 2 Axemen. We also have Levy Thorea spears as well. We got a couple of these Rhodian Slingers, and one Rhodian Slinger and 2 Egyptian Slingers. Citizen Cavalry, Camel Archers. This is one of the strangest armies I've ever seen. So 2 Galatian Royal Guard flanking a Thorax Swordsman. Wow. They must have brought half of the Egyptian army roster there. And that's a lot of units as well. So that's very interesting. Okay, so in the initial tussle, we have lost a couple of these Egyptian slingers. A couple of these camel archers have gone down as well. So they're just doing a little bit of trading with the Kimberly bowmen as well. So how many kills we got here? 5 there and 7. Extremely deadly. I've seen Sol do some horrible, horrible things with these things. These Kimberly bowmen. If you want to check out the tournament that I hosted recently called Risk Tourney, he did do some pretty terrible things to people. So it looks like Sol's going to be pushing pretty hard on this flank, bringing up the Germanic Scout Riders, maybe getting a couple of initial shots, pushing back those mercenary Rhodian slingers. Wow, might actually get a couple of shots off here. Ooh, takes a couple of javelins for his trouble. Lost a couple of those Germanic Scout Riders. 20 to be exact. Took a full-on volley from those Levi-Thoreia spears. So he's not going to be happy about that. Mind you, he does have a pretty healthy one back here as well, so not the end of the world. Over here we do have a similar thing happening. Light Horse getting shot by the slave slingers. Those slave slingers are very cheap. The fact that he's got 4 of them makes me surprised that he kind of spent so much. With this, I don't know, with the ARDIAEI, you kind of run out of slots when you're building an army because all their units are so cheap and so decent. Like the slave slingers are awesome. The axe warriors are awesome. The Thoreia spears are pretty good as well. So I don't know. It's almost too easy to run out of slots, like card slots to build your army, because you get like max of like 20 units or something like that. So I find that's a big challenge of picking an army with the ARDIAEI. I don't know if you guys have a similar problem. The fact that he's brought 4 of these slave slingers makes me think that he's spent a lot of money elsewhere. Maybe on his Illyrian Noble Hoplites. He's only got a couple of them though. But there were normal tournament rules in this game. And that kind of includes, you know, max, I think it was max 8 melee infantry or something like that. Oh man, these Germanic Scout Riders are in a tough place. Look at them. Just being shot by, I think they're being shot by the Levi-Thoreia spears, yep. Taking a lot of damage there. Pushing up these Noble Riders. A little bit of a disjointed kind of battle happening here. I have no doubt that Sol will be able to steamroll his way through this fight. He has to watch out for those pikemen there. But a lot of these units can't really stand up to him. The general is over here on this side, so he's going to be able to pop Oriovistus charge. And I feel like there's just not enough mobility in this Egyptian army to get away from it. And there's not enough strength to kind of push back either. If he kind of takes the initiative and charges in now, he'll get destroyed. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. When you're playing as Egypt, I feel like there's just nothing that you can do. So look at this, Noble Riders pushing up the front. The Wodenaz spears are going to be swapped out, and we're going to get a nice charge on the frontal of those Levi-Thoreia spears. These guys are light spear infantry, and we do have Oriovistus fast charge has been applied. We get a pretty awkward charge happening here. The charge, or the kind of general's effects, did reach out to these units over here. So good charge going to be applied from these berserkers, depending on what they're attacking here. So if they are charging into those Galatian swordsmen, you can say goodbye to those Galatian swordsmen. Look how quickly, oh my god, they're down to almost half strength within a couple of seconds. That is ridiculous. Noble Rider General hasn't lost a man yet, just kind of getting about, boosting the morale of his units. It would be a great time for him to send in this side of the army, but I guess he's probably microing elsewhere, getting his general out. Look how quickly these Egyptian pikemen and carrying axemen dissolved. Galatian Royal Guard coming in now. He's going to be able to get a nice charge in here with these units, and they do have fast charge activated, so looks like the berserkers are going to be chasing off those carrying axemen as well. So nothing happening over on this other side just yet. Looks like he's going to be able to bring in that wing just now. And we do have a target. Those Kimberly bowmen are shooting these Royal Peltas. An excellent target there. These guys don't have the best missile block chance. So any attacks they can get on that unit will be well worth the trouble. So here we go, another nice thing unfolding. 2 Citizen Cav coming up against 2 Noble Riders. Well, we all kind of know how that will end. Though there is a bit of support from these Camel Archers, getting a couple of nice shots in here. Noble Rider's down to 43 men here. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't lose his Kimberly bowmen in here. The Horse Runners mobilizing to maybe take a couple of shots here. Don't know if he's going to take that opportunity. The Noble Rider's being chased out of combat by the Citizen Cav. That's a bad place for his general to be. They're getting absolutely not annihilated, but they're being attacked from 2 different sides by his Citizen Cav. Looks like the Citizen Cav are trying to get into these horse runners, and they have made their way through. These horse runners do have a nice little bonus, I think, against cavalry, but they're probably not going to be able to hold up against a charge. Berserkers making their way over to these carrying axemen. They're going to be able to get a couple of kills before they're wiped out completely. We do have some units kind of coming back into the fight. We got Galatian Swordsman and a Levy-Thrayer Spear. Over on this flank, these Bloodsword have been caught by the Sword Followers and the Spear Warriors. But it's a pretty different story over here. Levy-Thrayer Spears in square formation up against the Spear Levy. So a bit of a stalling tactic happening over on this flank. The Germanic Scout Riders are mobilizing to do something. I'm not sure what. And these pikemen are going to have a tough time trying to defend from all these different angles. The cavalry, man, the cavalry of Sol has been pretty much wiped out. He's only got a few noble riders, including his general, and maybe a couple of these Germanic Scout Riders. Shooting the gap here, he's going to be able to get into the back lines and maybe go after some of these skirmishes. Ooh, he's going to get charged by these Levy-Thrayer Spears. Good night, sweet prince. These Germanic Scout Riders are all but gone. Though, this is interesting. I did not expect the main infantry, the bulk of his infantry, Sol Invictus, has been wiped out. Oh my god. We just got a couple of skirmishes left. And a couple of cav. This is absolutely against what I thought would happen. The carrying axemen pulling up and throwing their javelins. So the Egyptian player doing an excellent job with all his units. Eusandre from the Legio Italia clan. Monstro is kind of stuck in a bit of a state of limbo here, and it looks like the BOII player, Lawrence Leduc, is going to be able to pull back and consolidate with his teammate. This is insane. I did not see this coming. Bloodsworn going to be charged by the light horse. Thinks again, pulls back. My goodness. Though Eusandre is going to have a bit of a tough time trying to defend his skirmishes up against these noble riders, and it's a general as well. There's only 23 men left here. We do have a couple of units left. These can be bowmen out of ammo, going to charge into those Galatian Royal Guard. Probably not the best idea. He probably wants to keep those guys alive, I would expect. The Spear Levy over here. Probably going to have a good time up against units like the Levy-Thrayer Spears. It's going to take them a long time, but they'll be able to chew their way through. And the general, it looks like he's going to go down, trying to fight out this fight with the carrying axemen. Holy crap. 9 men left. Only picked up 38 kills. That is insane. I didn't think the Pride ability was even used by Sol Invictus. So if he could keep this unit alive for a little bit longer, he may be able to use that in the late game. So I guess this is where so it's a bit of a cleanup duty over there for Eusandre. And over here we have Monstro committing to the fight. He's throwing in some axe warriors up against these sword followers. Absolutely key in this fight here is the fact that he didn't take any charges. But we do have a couple of units coming back into the fight, namely the Spear Levy and the Germanic Slingers getting some excellent shots in here on the light horse. Oh man, an absolute hailstorm coming in here against the light horse, I think it is. The Slave Slingers, yep, looks like they're going to be firing upon those light horse. Getting a lot of kills in a very short amount of time. And I guess that is the key from Monstro, is he's got a lot of skirmishes. So if he can keep them alive, they do have a fair bit of ammo, he'll be able to do quite a lot of damage in the late game. Wow, just absolutely powering through these sword followers. And the Oathsworn having a tough time as well. In terms of infantry, he's not going to be able to match the BOII player, but he does have the skirmishes, like I said. So if he can keep alive till late game and keep those key units alive, he should be okay. Meanwhile, Sol's actually doing quite a good job at keeping the Egyptian player out of the fight. He does have a couple of these horse runners and the Kimby Bowman. Eventually, wow, tearing down the light horse. I guess this is why you don't bring light horse. Wow, and the Tarentine Cav doing a good job as well. The Tarentine Cav turning around and trying to get into the fight with those light horse. The general's abilities have just been used by Monstro just to boost the morale of all of his men, and they are keeping themselves in the fight up against all these sword followers. If he can finish off this little clump of units, he'll be kind of in a good space there. Noble Hoplites chasing down the light horse. Eventually they're going to catch them. So that mobility is a big threat to all these slave slingers, and they have just put it down, which is great. At the moment, it's a couple of Oathsworn Definitely going to be a big task ahead of them, dealing with 3 Oathsworn, 92 here, 120 there, and 120 here. So what's the bet? Both SH players are just keeping their eye on those units, monitoring their kind of progress. Woden has spears, and the Noble Hoplites finished off the Light Horse over here. So it looks like Sol Invictus has been able to bring a couple of his units out of the fight against the Egyptian. He's not going to be able to hold them off any longer. Wow, look at this. Slave Slingers turning around, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick up a new target, which is going to be this Royal Peltas. Not a bad idea at all. Tarentine taking shots at those Galatian swordsmen, and just watch this. Oh man, I wouldn't like to be this unit here. It's going down slowly, but you can bet that they're taking a lot of damage. Galatian Royal Guard also flanking them. I don't know if he should keep them, you know, clumped up together like this. This is taking some shots in the back here. Losing a lot of men. He's gonna have to be careful he doesn't lose that Royal Peltas. So it looks like he's kind of seen his mistake here and tried to hightail it out of there. But look at the range on these slingers. They're gonna be able to continue firing here. Going into shield wall formation. Oh man. That is a bad place to be with your Royal Peltas. And look at this! Sol was able to get his units into the enemy skirmishes. Finish them off. So a lapse in concentration from Yusandre, from the Egyptian player. While he did so good initially, he's just squandered his chance. Lost all of his slingers. That really is the key to winning the game here. And the Royal Peltas, down to 40 men, wasn't able to get into combat and be useful. Mind you, the BOII still do have a couple of Oathsworn left on the field. Monstro is doing his best to deal with them, but he's only going to be able to hold them up for a little bit longer. They're going to have to try and figure out what else they're going to do. 89 there, 114 there, and 86 over here. So he's actually done quite a good job. Going to get charged in the back by these Spear Warriors. Those Noble Hoplites are going to want to hold for a little bit longer at least, so that these Noble Hoplites can get a nice charge into the back here. Their charge may actually be... Ooh. Actually, it was okay. The charge was applied. It looks like the Oathsworn turned around and actually applied their own charge as well. We do have units like these Oathsworn kind of lurking about. Oh, this is a world of pain. Monstro's had his Illyrian Noble Hoplite in combat with the Royal Peltas. And we do have an Oathsworn coming over here to kind of put them to bed. Oh, man. So Monstro has all but lost his general over here. Even though there are 100 men, they've got more than the Oathsworn. It's going to be a bad place for it. Look, they've already dropped 10 men, and they're going to drop even more. Mind you, though, the Oathsworn are being shot in the back by a couple of different units. If these Slave Slingers can turn around and kind of contribute some fire there as well, they could actually survive. Horse Runners still have ammo, incredibly enough. Down to 28 men. 85 against 66, so this could actually go quite well for them. Down to 62. These guys are actually exhausted, so that does work in their favor as well. Shield Wall and Headhunt have both been used. Let's come over here and check out the... So we do have a bit of an attack coming in here. Oathsworn, Spear Warrior, and a Pikeman coming into this fight. Galatian Royal Guard. Lots of elite units left on the field from the Legio boys. And a couple of units still left in the field from Monstro. A lot of them back here that haven't been activated. We do have a sword follower that's just been left behind, being shot from a lot of different angles by these Slave Slingers, and finished off by the Illyrian Threa Spears. So excellent job by Monstro. Surround and destroy, getting good angles on those sword followers. He is wasting ammo at this point though, he has to stop firing. Mercenary Axe Warrior is finishing off a Spear Warrior over here. So it looks like it... Ooh, it's very close though. Looks like Monstro might have the reserves to finish this one off. Very unexpected. I did not expect this this close a game, to be honest. Oathsworn going to take a nice charge in the back from these mercenary Tarentines. Absolutely slamming their way in here. The Oathsworn are going to get knocked down and maybe stabbed by the Axe Warriors. They may be finished off there. Pikemen kind of positioning themselves to avoid the rear charge from those mercenary Tarentines. Going to try and intercept these Illyrian Threa Spears. They are a light unit, so they're not going to make it there on time. Oathsworn breaking free from the fight here. Galatian Royal Guard probably going to make mince meat out of these Illyrian Noble Hoplites, or Illyrian Hoplites. Charging into these Noble Hoplites. Going to pick up a bunch of kills there. You can bet. What have we got? Headhunt being applied. A little bit early, I would expect. That's just going to make them tired, or even tireder. They are going to pick up a bunch of kills though. Raised Banner has been applied. Melee defense has been boosted. They are going to steamroll their way through one of these Illyrian Noble Hoplites, but we've got another one over here waiting in the ranks. And just look at the skirmishes, man. Monstro did an excellent job of keeping these skirmishes alive till late game. What's the bet? They still have ammo as well. Nope, this one's out of ammo. This one's out of ammo. And this... Oh, still a bit of ammo left over here. Both these units do. So all these units are going to keep this balance bar of power firmly in his favor. And it looks like this is going to be the last bit of cleaning up here. This Oathsworn going down after a hefty fight, 137 kills. Excellent work there. Wow, okay. The Legio boys giving the SH boys a run for their money. That's insane. That was an excellent match there. Holy moly. As you expect, the Noble Hoplite is getting lots of kills. Holy shit. 135. Even the regular Illyrian Hoplite getting a couple of kills here and there. Threya Spears being used to great effect. And the Slave Sling is awesome focused fire coming from those guys, picking off different targets. X-Warrior is doing a good job, and the Tarantine's excellent as well. Soul Invictus, man, what happened in the initial... I can't figure out what happened in the initial game. I don't think the actual fast charge ability was applied to the enemy units. It's a pretty bizarre army, but I mean... yeah, that's so funny. When Spear's doing a good job, lots of kills in the Berserkers, you probably expect more. The Kimby Bowman actually doing a great job. This was an excellent unit to bring there. I was pretty impressed with the way he used these horse runners. Late game though, he didn't throw it away. He kept a couple of units alive, especially these Germanic Scout Riders, and still he was able to get rid of the enemy skirmishes of the Egyptian player. So I think that's really where a lot of that was kind of one of the turning points of the match there. The Egyptian player, I say he didn't do a great job, but he did defeat Sol Invictus using the SUEBI, so I mean, I can't do that. Galatian Royal Guard, doing an excellent job, lots of kills. And a lot of these units were in the fight for a very long time, so they were able to pick up a bunch of kills. The Slinger's doing an excellent job. Citizen Cav kind of doing what they do. The BOII player though, I can't say that his army pick was the best. I would love to hear the explanation of why he brought the light horse. I'm kind of intrigued by that. The Oathsworn doing a good job as you would expect, and the Spear Warriors and Sword Followers probably not getting the best charges, but still getting a bunch of kills as you would expect. But anyway, thank you so much, Monstro, for sending that in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know I did. And we'll see you guys back on the channel very soon for some more Total War Rome 2 action. This is Jujubear signing up. Peace.